They got the school, they got the after-school program, they got the incarceration thing with the teens that have had challenges with the law. And we've only scratched the surface. And so if you are out in the San Fernando Valley and you are looking for a ministry to plug into where it's where the rubber meets the road kind of thing in the real-world terms, check out cloudandfire.org. That's their ministry website. And by the way, tomorrow they have their big Thanksgiving and Fall Festival. This is where they invite families from the neighborhood right there around Cloud and Fire to come on over for a free Thanksgiving dinner. And, of course, there's stuff for the kids and prizes that they want to give away and all that. And you can, of course, get more information at cloudandfire.org. You can also sponsor a meal for a family for like $25. There's a way to do that over at the website at cloudandfire.org. So, Mel, I got to ask you about this. Here you are, a very gang-infested neighborhood that you've been ministering to for the past 11 years. What is the relationship with the gangs? Because I'm thinking, they got to love you. All the TV shows that I've seen in the movies is, the bad guys love the nice lady that's running the school for the kids. What's your relationship like?
I guess it depends day to day. You call me the mother of the hood, and just like a mother, some days, you have to give that tough love, and they don't like that.
Yeah.
And some days, I'm the one that they want to come running to and give me a hug. So it's just like being a parent. I really am mothering in that way where, we have our up days and down days. But for the most part, what we see in our ministry is that people feel so much love when they come in the doors, that they come in and they stay. So they may come in when they're 7 years old, they stay until they're 18. They may come in when they're 15, they stay till they're 30. I mean, we just don't lose them. They just keep coming.
And then they're mentoring the younger kids.
That's right. We have all kinds of students. We even have kids who've been in gangs who are now staying in our after-school tutoring center and are working with young people, and some of them want to be teachers. It's just really incredible. And we just love these young people. And what we have found, Frank, that is so amazing that I think a lot of people don't realize is that being in a gang is a cry for community.
Yes.
It's just a heartache. It's just brokenness. And if there's no one to fill it, then they'll go to the least common denominator. But God's people are the ones who have the answer for that cry. And so it doesn't take much for us just to be there. And, I had a gang member just about skip out of my youth center about 2 weeks ago, and he just left at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and school was over for him at 2:30. And he just said, Can I just sleep here? I mean, they just love the atmosphere.
Here?
Yeah, they don't want to leave. And so many of them feel so much tension and drama, and there's so much hostility at home. Not all of them, but many of them have these terrible home lives, and they want to stay where there's health and where there's love and beauty all around them.
All right, so I'm going to press you on this because I feel like I know you and you're Italian.
Okay, here we go.
Give me the straight answer. Okay. So in the after-school special movies, right, the gang chief loves ministries like yours because you're keeping the young kids safe and you're making a real difference and you're loving on the kids. However, I know that you're also preventing future recruits, and that could offend some of the gang leaders. And so have you ever met with the gang chief? Have they come over and sort of laid parameters with you or anything like that, or not gone there?
No, we haven't gone there. There is a different organization in our community that is really into the high shot collars and the gang. Okay. But what I have found, because I've worked with so many incarcerated youth, there is not a single gang member that really is in deep that wants his younger brother in the gang.
Right.
So in other words, the reason that they love us is because they don't want the kids in the community to be in the gangs. The little ones, who are getting in, who are not in that deep, they are the ones who are recruiting. But the ones who've been in, who've served time, who've seen people shot, they don't have really a way out, but they don't want their younger brothers to get in.
They want better for their family.
That's right. That's what we see all the time.
When does your day start?
Well.
Okay, Pride is laughing. Does it not ever end? Is that the joke?
That's right.
Yeah, there's not a start or an end. It's kind of an
just
rolling
life.
Yeah, rolling life right there.
But see, a little bird told me that you do a before school like prayer meeting thing.
That's right. Most of our students arrive at about 7 a.m. and at 7:30 a.m. before the Youth Build Day officially starts, we have devotions, and so we start with Bible story or reading. Right now we're talking about David, and there's a lot of things in 1 Samuel and 2 Samuel that are very much like gang warfare.
Oh yeah.
And so we're talking about the Bible, how it relates to our lives, and we don't usually read out of it because a lot of our kids don't read that well. So
right.
we do it orally.
Oh, great.
And then at the end of that time, we always start the day with prayer requests. And what an amazing sight it is to see 20 different gangbangers raising their hand. Pray for my brother, he got shot. Pray for my cousin, he's locked up. Pray for my son.
Wow.
Pray for my girlfriend. The raw things that are happening. Last year, we had a young man who came into our program, and he had brought 2 young men with him, 2 of his friends, trying to recruit them into our program when school started last September. And his friends didn't come in the program. They decided not to. But Tino came into the program, and 6 weeks later, he was elected by his peers as a leader in our group.
Wow.
And 6 weeks later, his 2 friends were dead.
Shot. Oh, wow.
They were dead.
Wow.
So those are the kind of stories that we see all the time. There's just crucial need every single day, and yet God is showing up. And I've heard you say on the air, and you were quoting Dallas Willard, but you talk about there's 2 different models that we can use in our faith. One is to cause someone to come to faith and make them believers and hope they become disciples. But what we're doing at Cloud and Fire is that other model where we're showing them how to become disciples of
right.
Jesus. And then at the end, they become followers.
I love it. That's Dallas. It's
awesome.
We tend to focus on closing the deal and making a decision and getting to say the magic words so they can buy the fire
That's
insurance
right.
and not go to hell when they die,
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that is trying to make a believer in hopes that a disciple happens. And that's not what Jesus was doing.
No.
Jesus was making disciples in hopes that a believer happens.
That's it.
And it's got a whole different texture. Melody, I never got around to asking you, what do you need? When we come back, you're going to answer that. I'm going to force you. She is the founder and executive director of Cloud and Fire Ministries. They are in the San Fernando Valley, and they're making a real difference. They've been there for 11 years. It started with an after-school program. They still have that, and they've got all kinds of ministries going on. What is it? How many kids a week? 400 kids a week? 400 kids a year are touched by the ministry of Cloud and Fire. They've got a big event tomorrow. It is their big Thanksgiving dinner and fall festival, and if you want to help out with that, you can buy a meal for like $25 for a family, because the Hispanic families right around Cloud and Fire are invited to come over for free and have a warm, hot Thanksgiving dinner and stuff for the kids and all that. You can get more information at their website, cloudandfire.org.